All right, we're live. Wow. Well, hey. So we'll have to repeat all that, but whatever. It's
Oh
good
my,
practice now that we're all
honestly,
warmed
wow.
up.
Well, you just totally messed that up, but
Yeah,
whatever.
I did. Yeah, yeah, I did. It's okay. You know what? We're seven
Okay,
minutes
so
behind. So,
here we are live and in
yeah,
person.
yeah, we had a whole thing where we were bringing Kelly in, and Kelly's our special guest. There's nobody watching yet, but that's okay. Um, for those who don't know who
Hey,
Calbear is,
we could go through our honey-do list, right? While
we
we've
could,
got each other here on the screen. I'm joking.
yeah,
Okay, well, hold on. Before you say that, right?
yes,
For anybody who's going to be listening in the future, welcome to the CCFBG Garage Chat. My name is Kelly, aka Calbear, and I was the vice president of CCFBG for too long to remember how many years. I loved every minute of it. But I have to be honest, most of the time I was loving it in retrospect. Sometimes in the moment it was a little intense. But the memories that I have and the memories that we created as a group of people, phenomenal. And I'm really proud of everything that myself and the team accomplished. And we obviously are most grateful to you, Mark, as president and co-founder. Um, you are an amazing person to have the vision that you had and to follow it through. I mean, you gave this CCFBG environment, the club, the people, the members, the sponsors, everyone that you met along the way. You gave it your everything for so many years. And as your wife, not as the vice president, no one could be more prouder of what you accomplished and what you achieved than I am. And then as the vice president, it was honestly an honor and a privilege to work alongside you and help your vision sort of come to life.
well, I appreciate that, and whoops, what's going on here? We got too many screens going on here. Okay, so I was just trying to bring up an image, but to prepare it, but I was just saying before I messed up and made us 7 minutes late that I couldn't have done it without a few people, but mostly you. You had to support what I wanted, what I started, and it wouldn't have become what it had become without your support. And forget Uncle Alan and forget Scott and everybody else. You know, uh, if I didn't have the support at home, then what we know today wouldn't be here. And you know, I've said it before, but I think with starting this channel and whatever, it's important to say, right? Um,
Thank
um, I mean, you're an important part of what. Hey, we have a viewer. Um,
you. Woohoo!
you're an important part of what we have. What we have today, even though what we have today is a shadow of what once was. And I think you and I have talked about this at great length, and it's you know I'm not comparing what we had versus what we have today. This is a new chapter, and we
I
live
think the
for it.
important I think the important thing to remember, I mean, this is how I look at it, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but everybody who knows me knows I do it. you know, we talked about this before, personally, when you said that you wanted to start this channel. And I know that you got some, responses when you said that you were, closing CCFBG down, and a lot of people didn't understand and they had questions and comments. And
Yeah.
It's no secret that my mother died, and then my father died, and
We're about to get another visitor.
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I developed anxiety, panic disorder, and depression, and I needed my husband at home. That then became our priority, and sitting on the other side of that, it's been 9 3/4 years since my mother passed, and I am just now starting to find my way again. And so, for all the people that might not have understood, or whatever, why you chose to close it down when you did, it was because our home life and our personal life required your presence, your full presence. I'm sure that it's not a surprise that CCFBG took a lot of your time, a lot of our time, a lot of our energy. And it's not that I or you ever are like, what's that?
So we lost our viewer. Sorry.
It's not that it was done in bad faith. I mean, I loved every minute of it. I know that you loved every minute of it, even in the chaotic moments. But you were needed at home, and I needed you to be there to support me, and that's why CCFBG had to close its doors. But that doesn't mean that the memories are erased, or the moments are erased, or the achievements are erased, or the people and the things that we did, and the places that we went, and I mean the people that we met and the friends that we made. I mean, all of those things remain right here, right here.
Yeah.
And so it when you said to me, let I want to start this CCFBG Garage on YouTube, it's like fantastic. Let's get on here. Let's talk about some of our wonderful moments and moments to come, hopefully. You can't ever say ever or never, but it's a little less pressure doing this than it was in 2012 and 2013 at the height of when everything was going on with me. So
no, and well, I've never shared this with anybody other than you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
I think that the writing was on the wall I guess it was just before we moved in 2014 when I came home and I had that anxiety attack and didn't know what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the writing on the wall was for me was
well, because you were trying to do it all, and you just couldn't. You were trying to look after me. You were trying to look after our home. You were trying to look after CCFBG, and you were trying to look after yourself. And I mean, you were just being spread too thin.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not an easy decision for you. I mean, I know that, and I'm sure that a lot of people recognize that. It wasn't an easy decision for me to say that I couldn't do it. I mean, many times I've said to you in the past that I wish, I wish we could go hang out somewhere, with our people. But,
Mm-hmm.
but it happened because it needed to happen. And, like I said, the memories aren't gone,
No. No, and I like the, what I think that the channel will do a lot for a lot of people in the sense of it'll connect a lot of people together.
Yeah,
And
100%.
how do you get down there so fast? Holy cow!
It's a cat.
um, it's going to be exciting. I mean, I have a lot to learn when it comes to working this channel and all that, but it's going to be exciting to have a bunch of people together and and people will learn a lot of things. It's I give kudos to Durham F Body and those guys, and I've said, what, guys, like, I support any way I can, because I know, obviously, we know what it takes and how much it takes of your life, and
It's
how
not easy.
quickly. No, it's not. You know what I mean? And it was been a lot of fun, right? So I also know how it can get ugly fast too, and get out of control, and how it sort of just um, it's almost, it creates a life of its own without
Yeah.
you even really noticing it, or it just like boom, you know what I mean? So, um,
Well, something that comes to mind when you say that was the first time that we went to Performance World, and um, I remember getting a couple of phone calls and emails.
right,
Somebody wasn't happy about something that somebody said, and I think that was really the first time that I realized or recognized, you know, the back part of it, or the back scene, or the behind the scenes of, what we were trying to do, or what we had to do to be able to then do what we did, if that makes sense what I'm saying.
right.
But now that we've gone down that road, why
Sorry,
don't we
I'm trying to put up a banner here.
Okay, so Mark's figuring technical stuff out. You can see Quincy in the background there. Quincy is one of our 3 cats, and he's having a field day. So I just wanted to say a couple of things. Not that anyone is gonna be like, "Oh, Kelly's talking. What a strange thing to happen." I want to say thank you to a couple of people. So I would like to thank my uncle.
Yes.
My uncle Alan, phenomenal man.
I don't even know that he knows that I started this channel yet, because I haven't had a chance to reach out to him. Poor guy.
No, he probably doesn't. But I want to thank him.
I'm gonna send him a text. Carry on, Kel. Sorry.
Well, no, I want to thank him. I mean, obviously I love my uncle, but I'm sure that he didn't know that when he sold you the red Camaro, that it was going to turn into, CCFBG. Every time I look at the CCFBG logo, my heart just smiles, because Uncle Ellen created that. And, so like his stamp is on CCFBG forever, is my point. And so I appreciate that. Right. I want to thank Scott, One Fun Zed. Scott and I got on like a house on fire. Many times I think that you probably felt we were ganging up on you. He always took me seriously. He always listened to me. And like, I don't mean listen to me like I was barking out orders, but listen to me in a way of, like what I had to say. He made me feel like I was actually part of the team, instead of I was just helping because I was Mark's wife. And I really appreciated that. And I mean, there are moments upon moments upon moments upon moments that we had so much fun with One Fun Zed. and I so appreciate everything that he did for me and for you personally, and for CCFBG members, the whole entity of CCFBG. And I also want to thank so many people on the team. I mean, over the years, right? Eric, Dave Mitchell, Rob, um, Brian. I mean, where would we be without Brian and all of the amazing photographs that he took that have given us years worth of memories to enjoy, right? Um, Terry, Jason, Steve, Rose. I mean, Andy and Andy Kirk and John, Johnny, and I mean, the list goes on and on and on. There's probably like 50 people that I've forgotten. People would just show up and help. I mean, their kids were helping. April, Jim, and their lovely daughters, and so many times that would occur, and it was, when you sit back and you look at things in retrospect, I mean, what a wonderful community to be a part of, right? Amazing, truly amazing. I mean, Mike Jung, Juice, back in the day, Juice, my gosh. And I don't know why this image just came into my mind. I remember Juice at one of the membership dinners, the membership appreciation night, when he won all those prizes, all dressed up and had all of those things all over him.
Yeah.
Mike,
I'm trying to upload a file and it won't let me, so that's okay. I will share my screen. Jesus, 2 monitors. Oh, well, forget it. You know what? We'll skip it for now. I was trying to put up the old logo, and anyways, everybody knows what it is, but
everybody knows what the CCFBG logo. Anyways, I don't want to go on about it forever, but I do think it's important to. Oh my God! Hi.
Hey guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting here and I mean, honestly, like the list of names is going through my mind. There's so many people that helped us and were a part of our team and either their kids came to help or their spouses came to help or whatever the case may be, and it was just, I mean, what a phenomenal community to be a part of. I mean, honestly, it's going to make me cry. It's just, so much love and using Eric's statement that he would always say, I think honestly, from the outside looking in, like not as the vice president, but as your wife, I think the thing that I'm most proud about or proud of you for is what, how Eric summed it up. And that was, we weren't just about the cars, we were about the people too. And
well, it's funny, and without mentioning names, okay? It's funny how that come out.
Why not mention names?
Well, because it's not really worth it, but
oh, I know what you mean.
It was the whole reason why I started this club. It was like, I was going somewhere else to be part of another group.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, unless you drove a certain car, a certain age of car.
Yeah.
My 86 shitbox didn't, wasn't good enough.
Didn't cut it.
Right. It had to be top of the line, 4th gen, whatever at the time. And it was the whole reason I started this was because I'm like, you know what? Like, this is about all of us getting together, right? So
yeah, 100%. You know what I just thought of? I remember the time that we were at the OCC weekend show. One of I don't know how many that we went to, and like we don't know who it is. Like, we don't know who it is. We don't know it's the guy that drove all the way to the car dealership in Newmarket in the middle of winter.
So
In your
hold on. So okay,
in a
so hold on.
no, hold on, in a parka for the unveiling of the Camaro. Yep. Yep.
So it's funny because I was telling Mark at work about our trip to Lingenfelter, right? And how this crazy prick, right? So I had said to all the guys, I'm like, you know what? I said, look, we're going through Detroit. We stopped at a couple museums. I'm like, guys, you know what? We're on the radios. I'm like, guys, if we get to a red light, do not stop.
Yeah.
Okay? We're just gonna blow through the red light. We're gonna look both ways and keep going.
Advice, by the way.
This mental case has got us top down, right? Going through Detroit. I'm like, really, Wayne? Come on. I had all the windows up, this and that. So good times. You know what? Honestly, Wayne, that trip I will always remember. That trip was pretty cool, right? You
know what I always
you,
remember about Wayne? Sorry to interrupt you, but you know what I mean? Just fun, laughing, so easygoing, so
yeah.
you know, fly by the seat of his pants, kind of cool, chilled. I love that about him. And then at the same time, you know, I remember when my mother passed, and he sent me a lovely message, and you know, I don't know how we got so lucky to have such amazing people, not just be members of this club, but absolutely care about all the people in the community. I mean, I know that he did that for me, but I know he would do that for anyone that he cares about. And that is the most amazing thing to take away from all that CCFBG did for the people that were ever touched by it. I mean, to me, it is, right?
No, and you know what? You know what? Right back at you, Wayne. I mean, you know what, buddy? You've always been there for us, and we love you too.
We absolutely love you. We adore
thick and
you.
thin, and you know, from starting out and all that. It's you know, I hope your wife's doing better.
Yes.
I know she was going through some stuff. Send her our love and tell her we say hi. But yeah, we certainly need to get together. We certainly need to get together.
We don't leave our little piece of paradise here very often. But yeah,
I'd like to have you guys up here. I mean, it's you know, it just for you know a get together weekend, whatever, and it's so much better up here, and you know, it's no hustle and bustle and you know that kind of stuff. So
he says she's kicking his butt.
Yeah, you know what, Wayne, and that was the whole thing, right? We tried to create a family, and
well, we tried to create an atmosphere, an environment.
I don't think I did everything perfect. I think I tried to do the best I could, and you know, with the popularity going out of control and trying to, you know, I know there was a lot of stuff the guys wanted to do that, you know, that I really wasn't supportive of, and I probably could have been better supportive of, but you know what? It was more about because I didn't want us to have a bad image, right? Us as a group, right? I didn't want us to have a bad image. I wanted us to, you know, there's a lot of groups out there, a lot of clubs out there that, you know, you know, perception is everything, like I used to say, right? So there's a lot of groups out there that have a bad image or a bad perception. I didn't want us to have that, right? So I kind of shied away from a few things, and
I just remembered something. Sorry, Mark. I just remembered something specifically about Wayne.
What's that?
Our first show at Performance World, when it was Performance World,
right?
And whose booth was he in? What sweatshirt was he wearing?
Oh, he was wearing our shirt.
Right. And he wasn't in our
Oh, he was
booth.
in the TFPM booth. Yeah, I remember that. I probably have a picture of it somewhere.
Probably. Yep.
I probably have a picture of it somewhere. Yeah, actually, correct me if I'm wrong, Wayne, but you had your CCFBG sweater on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He had that on.
Yeah, yeah, you did. Yeah. So, yeah. So, anyways,
Sorry.
getting back to the Durham F bodies thing. You know what? Like, you know, yeah, I see a lot of good coming from those guys, and you know, they remind me a lot of us in the sense that they're tight, they're friendly, they're welcoming. Um, you know, and that's what makes us successful, right? So kudos to them. I'm hoping that we can have them on at some point, um, and just find out how they got started. You know what I mean? Is it anything like what we did, or uh, you know? Boy, Wayne. I have to make a pit stop because there's no bathroom upstairs. So I will let you carry the
Awesome. So I'm going to hold
story.
down.
Well, you know what? It's all this stupid coffee stuff.
Well, somebody said that. Yeah, you were. I remember that. I don't know why I remember that, but I remember that. So Wayne, we were. I don't know what you caught and what you didn't catch, but we were talking in the
Yeah,
beginning
right
about
back.
Why CCFBG closed its doors, and um so after my mother died, I found out my father was terminal, and then when my father passed, somewhere in between those two events, I developed anxiety, panic disorder, and depression, and I fell apart. And I'm on 9 3/4 years, and I'm just starting to find my way out. And I needed Mark to be at home with me. I needed him to support me and look after me, and had an awful lot of pressure on him, and he had to like stop being spread so thin, right? So that he could be at home and do that, which I know that you can relate to because of the issues that you guys have gone through with your wife and some of her health issues. It was never because we wanted to stop CCFBG or because we wanted to not continue. I mean, it was a painful decision for sure to stop it, but here we are on the other side of it, and we're still married, so that's a good thing because apparently there's rumors out there that we're not, but he's upstairs and I'm downstairs in the house, so yeah, we're still together, we're still married, we still love each other, and
It's funny because I was going to come in the back room and just kind of poke my head in just to prove all the naysayers wrong, which
oh, that's funny.
you know what, there wasn't that many. I mean, I only heard it once, right? So
That's not true. You heard it twice.
sorry, yeah.
But it doesn't matter. But I mean, the point that I'm trying to make is that when you become a part of a group and you enjoy it, I mean that's your part of the group, right? Is to enjoy it. When you are part of running the group, it's a little bit different. And I don't have a problem sharing it, and I don't know if Mark wants me to share it or not, but I don't have a problem saying it. I mean, the CCFBG was my life. It's all I talked about. It's all I did. I mean, that was the only conversations that we ever had. We didn't talk about anything else. It was CCFBG every day, all day, nonstop, every weekend. I mean, in 10 years, we didn't have a vacation that didn't have something to do with the Camaro or the show or the club or a combination of all three. And, I was falling apart and I needed my husband, and, he did what he had to do. So now he started this, YouTube thing, and I'm thrilled for him, and I hope that it takes off, and I hope that you guys all can connect and chat and talk about about, wonderful times and moments that we all shared together, and then create some new memories, which is fantastic, because here's the great thing about having a family, right? The great thing about having a family is that, you may not see each other every day and you may not talk every day, but we're always here for each other. And so this is a great way for everyone to be able to connect and to, have that, which is awesome. And thank you. I appreciate that very much. As you can see, Mark is totally distracted. This is what would happen.
I'm trying to find Uncle Alan. I don't know why I don't have. She just sent me a birthday message, but yet I can't find her message because I was trying to get Uncle Alan to.
This is something that used to happen during the meetings. If anyone is going to listen to this in the future and would remember that we would be having a meeting and Mark would be holding down the floor, or Mark would go to say something and then I would say something and then we would lose him. He would be on the phone, or he would, and I'd be yelling at him like, hello, focus, you called this meeting, say something.
What the hell?
Sometimes I think he has the attention span of a 2-year-old, but that is for another show. That is a whole other episode. A whole other episode. Is it snowing where you are, Wayne? It snowed here all weekend. It's flipping freezing here.
What the hell? I don't know. I was trying to.
We were trying to what?
I was trying to find Uncle Alan's thing, but whatever. I'll be a little more prepared next time. I don't even think he knows about it, so.
It doesn't matter. He'll find out.
So, yeah, so. So obviously, I mean, I have a little bit to learn on this kind of stuff, and whoops, see, here you go, 3 centimeters. We got that tonight. It snowed yesterday, and then snowed again today. So,
and on the weekend.
Do
you want to hear something funny, Wayne? So this is funny. So when we first moved here, our next door neighbor across the street, said to us, so we moved the end of October, right, Mark, or the middle of October? Like when we first came. And our neighbor greeted us and, said hello and all the stuff like that, and said to us, do we have a snowblower? And we were like, well, we have an electric shovel. That's it. He's going to fall off his chair laughing at that. And she's like, well, you better get yourself a snowblower because it starts snowing here like the end of October. Sure, then you know what? Halloween, it snowed. And it didn't flip and stop snowing until like April. We have pictures of our snowbanks that are like taller than our cars.
I guess it really hasn't snowed that bad. I think last year might have been the closest, but like I bought that snowblower
right after she said
3 days before Halloween, and 3 days after Halloween I was using it, and it was a big 30-inch snowblower. So
yeah,
I was like, good Lord, what have we got ourselves into? But
yeah, but I have to. But it's like they keep the streets really, really clean here and well looked after. So like we're good that way. It's just like going to the city or whatever is. Especially in this kind of weather, it's like, oh, and then in the summertime, and this isn't even something that you think about. You're like, oh, well, we can go visit, whoever, in the warmer time of the year, and I mean that's like virtually impossible because we live, in cottage country, so the traffic is like, it's insane. It's like a Monday rush hour traffic trying to get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's but you know what, the upside to it is that I think Andrea got offered a job up that way, and I said no way in hell. I would have seen more snow.
Yeah.
Well, Wayne, I'll tell you, buddy. I what happened here? I it took a few years to kind of embrace it.
Yeah.
Um, I guess for
Yeah, if
me, I
you're
mean,
not
I
good,
was
if you're not good with quiet, and when I say quiet, I mean, you just don't have all the things around you that you would in a big city. Is probably not the place for you. And of course, we always say it. We've said it, so many times. Well, we're only this far away from there, and we're only that far away from there. And you do that trip once or twice, and you're like, whatever, like I don't need that. I remember the first Christmas that we were here. We had a whole bunch of people to go and visit. And what did we do, Mark? Like 620 some odd kilometers
yeah,
in like
something like
2 days.
that. Yeah,
Like it was nuts what we did.
yeah,
And
yeah.
we came home and we were like, no way. Like we're never doing that again. Right. It was just too much. We've been snowed in one Christmas, right? We were supposed to go to
That was a
famous
couple
house
years ago.
for dinner, and we were literally snowed in.
Yeah.
Well, we weren't literally snowed in, but like it was bad, right? And it was only getting worse by the second. So we said no, but that's only happened once. And
I don't know. Well, you know what? I mean, we make it sound like like we're living in, like we're living in, Thunder Bay or something. I mean, my father gets more snow than we do, and he's in North Bay. So,
Mark, how long have we lived here? 7 years, 6 years, 7, 8?
Yeah, it was 7 last month.
Yeah,
October
seems like a
26th,
lifetime ago.
2014
Hmm.
was when we bought the house. So, and then I mean, going from what seemed like a palace in Brampton compared to what we bought. I mean, we bought too small, and it happens. And so we sold and bought this place. And I think Cal missed her calling because, well, you can tell the story about that. But I was not a big fan of buying this house, and you had kind of the vision.
We bought a fixer upper and we fixed it up, and we're quite happy here. It suits us. It fits us. We live in a nice sort of neighborhood, and it's relatively quiet, and it's kind of the vibe that we need. It kind of suits us because we're getting on in our age. Well, one of us is and one of us isn't.
Yeah, hello. You still have no gray hair. And now it's coming out of my face.
I have a few. I have a
ring light, buddy. How's that? Is that better?
Yeah. He's not a professional. He's not a professional YouTuber. Oh my God, Wayne! If you had seen the 20 minutes before this broadcast,
it was
went
7 minutes. 7 minutes. 7 minutes. We were shooting the shit, and I forgot to hit the go live button. Hey, you know what? It happens.
Well, no, I thought we were, and you'd think that I would know better, but anyways, yeah. Anyhow,
that's no better, Wayne.
It kind of reminded me of what I used to say when we would go to a show and start to set up and say, how many guys does it take to set up a tent? Because honestly, I mean, you've been there, you know it, you watched it, you've seen what happened.
Yeah. So anyways, I mean,
work on, and he's got it. Give him a setup, and he can't do it.
Listen, I've had people ask me about, doing a show or a meet or something, and you know what, it would be, be a lot easier. I don't know if it'd be worth it for 6 people, but I mean, Jazz at King's Inn, right? He drive-in level motel, and we got a GM dealer right around the corner here, and so I don't know. we'll see. How's that for an answer? But we definitely need to do a get together at least. Um, I know a lot of people have been asking about it, so um, well, I don't know. How's that, Wayne? Is that any better? Hold on, I'm getting instruction behind the scenes here.
Aw, thanks. Listen, I could do mood lighting if you want. I don't like that.
All right. Well,
All right,
it's
Foster, I
still
gotta go.
Why? Where are you going?
I got things to do.
No, come on. We still got a ways to go yet.
I got what?
We still got ways to go yet. We're just getting warmed up. Look, we got 2 viewers, right?
Woohoo!
So
Who's the
I know
lurker?
we're going to do another. I know I'm going to do another episode on this, but so I thought we just talk a little bit in brief. So it looks like Camaro's slated to discontinue 2024 again, and they're all pushing electric, with the Mustang and all that. And I know Chrysler's getting rid of Charger and Challenger. I often wonder what 2025 is going to look like. Well, I don't think it'll look any different than it did in 2002, but I wonder how many people are going to be interested in buying an electric sports car.
Mark, can you hear me? Because you keep
No, I'm
freezing
having
up.
audio problems. What did you say? What?
You keep freezing up. And part of the reason
yeah?
why you're having audio problems is because you're up there smacking and whatever you're doing. I don't know, banging on your desk or whatever.
Right.
Put your hands in your pockets or something. Well, no, because you're distracting your camera. That's why you're freezing up.
Well, I'm going to have to wire this connection, I think, because I'm seeing a low Wi-Fi signal.
Yeah. Honestly, Wayne, it doesn't get any easier. You know what I'm saying? It just does not get any easier.
Well, we talked about this before. I mean, I think you deserve the medal more than I do after 17 years, but hey.
I don't know about that.
Right?
I wouldn't have survived the last 10 years without you, and you know that. So, way to bring the party down. Holy. Okay, I'm going to go. You continue on your mission here and enjoy yourself. And Wayne, I love you. Please say hello to your family for me. And I hope that you continue to stay safe and healthy and happy. And I am sure that we will see you soon. I just have a feeling. All right. So I'm going, okay?
I'll see you in a bit. Love you.
Okay. Love you.
So, like I said, this is a learning curve in the sense that I'll figure it out. It's not a big deal. But so, yeah, we got Scott Sunwire coming on. I don't know when yet. I'd like to get the subscribers up a little higher. I have it set so that only you guys can see the live stuff. I mean, the videos anybody can see, but the live stuff for the interaction. I want you guys to enjoy it more without having a bunch of people that that you don't know or whatever. So we have that set. And I mean, we can do that anytime, but I would like to get the numbers up a little bit, get a little more, get people used to it, whatever. I've reached out to Al Abbenheiser and see if he's going to come on, see if he'll give us anything about what 2025 looks like, whatever. But it'll be good to see a bunch of you guys. Wayne, I appreciate you coming on, and it's funny because I was literally telling my guy at work the other day about our trip to Detroit, like I said, and how we weren't stopping for red lights. So it was a good trip for sure. I don't know. Beyond that, it was just we decided we were going to come on tonight and just play around a little bit. And again, this was my thing. This wasn't Kel's, but she said she was going to come on from time to time, and so. But yeah, you know what? I'd like to do something up here. We have this town's still pretty big. We're about 20,000 people, but it's still kind of small town feeling ish. Everything's real close to dealership, the motel, and you drive right up to the door, and you know. You know what? But get together, absolutely. We need to do get together for sure. When is that going to be? I don't know yet. I think we can probably figure it out. It's so hard now, just with trying to plan. I mean, it looks like Motorama is going to go, but is it going to go? We don't know. I mean, the whole 2 years thing with COVID is kind of been it's kind of been hit and miss, and so I don't know. I don't know how much we're going to see over the winter, in the sense of is the auto show going to happen or whatever. But certainly a get together is something that we're probably going to need. So yeah, so I don't, I come up with this idea. Kel and I were talking one day, and I said, you know what, like we've always had the channel. We've never really done much with it. And I said, you know what, why don't we just, why don't we fire up the channel and try and, see if we can bring some people together, and Facebook is okay, but like I want to have a couple of you guys on and have some laughs and just talk about whatever, right? So I'm not worried about the shows. I was just saying in general, right? Like we used to use it as kind of a get together point, but with not knowing what's going to happen and all that's all I was commenting about. But so yeah, so I think you know what, I think this is going to be a good thing. I'm excited for it. I've got a lot of feedback, a lot of support, like yourself, Wayne, who was excited to hear about the channel and whatnot. And again, I want to have the guys on from Durham F Body, because I don't know that I've ever actually asked the question to them, in this the sense of like, there's been a couple of good clubs out in that area, and why did they start? Right? Was it just because there was no clubs out there or whatever? So I'd like to hear what they got to say, and I think they do a great job out there. So kudos to them. But anyhow, I think we will. I think we'll cut her off at about 9:30. I have to get my beauty sleep. Shortly after that. So we start pretty early in the morning, but thank you to you guys that come out and supported this. Sorry about the kind of the last minute notice. Like I said, we were just something we were messing around with, and I thought, okay, let's try it out. I need to figure out how to do it. So, but we'll try and give you guys some more notice going forward. So, I appreciate Wayne coming out. I don't know who the other viewer was, but Huh. Anyways, I'll try and get some pictures up. I know there were some pictures of that show, Wayne, and yeah, yeah. Well, and I don't have a car yet, but yeah, certainly we could, and it's funny. Um, there's been a lot of people when I look back at it and I go, okay, you know what, like, I put a lot of pressure on. Uh, put a lot of pressure on my expectation of what I thought we should have been at Fort Erie. When I look back at it, I go, you know what? It was a phenomenal show, and I guess I should have just not so been so hard on myself because everybody said what kind of a great show it was. The cruise was awesome. I will admit the cruise was good. It was fun, considering where our heads were at the time. I'm still very proud of that cruise. And for all the miles we put on doing that cruise and the planning, the route, and all that, it was a good cruise. And that Niagara area is really cool. Really scenic drive down there. So, anyhow, I will leave it there. I will. I think we're probably going to try and do something Friday night. I'm going to. I'll send an invite out and try and do it Friday night so we can get some more viewers on here. And but I think it was a good. I think it was a good test run just to see. I'd never done a live before. I did the one video, but never done a live, so I want to check it out and see how it goes. So anyhow, I think we'll leave it there. Thanks, guys, for coming out, and hopefully we will see you soon, and hopefully we'll see you on Friday. So, Wayne, take care, buddy. Good to see you. Good chatting with you, and stay in touch. All right, take care, guys.